Jets of New York fly south for the winter. Dreams of a miracle run to finish over 500 over.
Here's your game. Rodgers off the back foot, launches to the end zone. It's incomplete.
They are in Miami to take on the Dolphins, who are happy to be back under the warm South Beach sunshine.
Checks it down. Josh Jacobs. Oh, beautiful move by Jacobs. Wow, that was great. Terrell Dodson left him in the dust.
Miami's offense had been clicking in general since Tua returned, and he wasn't bad in Green Bay, but their offense stalled. They come in off a 17-point outing, 4 for 14 on third down.
Tua throws underneath. A lot of traffic. Mostert. And now they say it is incomplete. Fourth down.
Tagovailoa put up big yards in their loss, 360-plus, 2 touchdowns, rating over 110, 3 straight 110-plus rate games for him.
He starts left, middle, right, back to the middle. He's so good delivering catchable balls.
He takes on a Jets defense that just gave up 26 points on paper, but their own offense was responsible for 7 of those. Tagovailoa facing a secondary that held Geno Smith to 206 yards, under 7 yards per attempt, holding quarterbacks under a 90 rate for the season.
And into a tight window, there is DJ Reed stepping in front of the bigger DK Metcalf.
Jets DBs held DK Metcalf to 4 catches on 9 targets, got dinged a little by Jackson Smith and Jigba, 74 yards. They'll battle the Cheetah and the Penguin next. Tyreek, 83 yards, a lucky touchdown, most yards Hill's had since week 1.
So it was intended for Smith, and Hill, who's been having trouble finding the end zone, saw a tip by McKinney and into his hand.
Maybe it's the receiver formerly known as the Penguin, 53 yards for Jalen Waddle.
Get it on time! Waddle to the 14.
OBJ 9 yards, not once over 20 yards with the Fins yet. Jonnu Smith has been a huge Tua fave lately, 113 yards versus the Packers, 87-plus yards, 3 straight.
Jonnu Smith will get his hands on one.
Devon Achane, 56 receiving yards, a touchdown, 3 receiving touchdowns in his last 2 games.
Tua, Achane's got blockers. Achane to the end zone. Miami touchdown.
Packers pass rush, not especially sack happy, but Tua got planted 5 times by them, most he's taken all year.
Tua, look out. Brought down as he was trying to escape.
Now he gets a Jets pass rush that dropped Geno 3 times, Will McDonald with 2, team leading 10 now.
Smith under pressure, and Will McDonald gets to the quarterback again.
Miami's ground game was absent last week. Raheem Mostert and Achane, neither guy with more than 20 yards.
Achane, nowhere, twisted back.
Jets held Kenneth Walker to 3.1 a carry. It was a familiar outcome, the D holding things down for the most part. Jets offense unable to do its part. 21 points versus Seattle, which was more than the 18 they were averaging ahead of the game.
Oh man, he left Job in the dust and was wide open. Aaron Rodgers kicking himself for missing that one. That's a freebie.
Aaron Rodgers coming in looking like bad Santa. 2 touchdowns, but a pick 6 when they were about to score. Under 5 yards per attempt, a low 70s rate, just 185 passing yards.
A pick 6, and he flips the game.
Garrett Wilson and Devontae, 22 of his 39 targets. Adams, 66 yards and a TD.
Rodgers, one-on-one. It's Adams. It's a vintage Rodgers to Adams connection for the touchdown.
Wilson, 41 yards.
Fake it to Breece Hall. Wilson comes across the field and sprints ahead. He picks up a first down.
41 yards on 10 targets. They combined for 22 targets and only 10 catches. That's a lot of incompletes. They don't take on a defense with mojo, though. Dolphins are giving up 22 a game for 2024, gave up 30 to the Packers.
It's Reed, first down, Reed, touchdown!
Miami's secondary holding quarterbacks to a sub-90 rate for the year versus Jordan Love, 2 touchdowns, no picks, 270-plus yards, a rating near 130.
And Love reading it out, firing with a flag down, Christian Watson.
Miami's secondary has a request for their pass front. Little help, fellas. 0 sacks of Love.
Little blitz, get the backside of it. There goes Kraft.
Rodgers got planted 2 times by Seattle, 2+ sacks taken in 4 straight.
Down he goes, and it's Leonard Williams again.
Finally, Jets running game, Breece Hall, their running back, of course, 12 attempts last week, 60 yards, 5 a run.
Breece Hall will pick up a decent gain.
Did lose a fumble, taking on a Dolphins defense that also didn't play Green Bay's run game well. It was a rough day for those boys. Gave up 4.6 a run to the Packers, 114 yards.
Big run for Reed.
They did hold Josh Jacobs to 2.3 a carry, and he had been hot. First time for these two this year. Old rivalry, Miami up by 4 wins overall. One playoff meeting, 1982 strike-shortened season in the AFC Championship game. This is an all-timer, man. In a game to go to the Super Bowl, Miami's David Woodley, 3 interceptions, no touchdowns, but New York's Richard Todd outdoes him. 0 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, 3 of them to A.J. Dewey, who takes 1 of them to the house. Miami hit the Super Bowl off a 14-0 shutout.
It's intercepted at the line of scrimmage. It's going to be run in for a touchdown by A.J. Dewey at the 10-5. He scores!
On this muddy day, the ace in the Dolphins' defensive deck was A.J. Dewey.